Oh, there we go.
Oh, look.
We got something.
So it's gonna have a little latency. So
Yeah, it's got quite a bit of lag.
Recorded,
Okay.
it's gonna take a while.
Let's just invite our friends. We're gonna invite.
There I am now.
So how do we invite all of our friends?
We can type in.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna invite Lonnie definitely. Heather too. Jaden. We're gonna invite everybody.
Yeah, it's invite everyone.
Is there a way to invite everybody to it?
Oh, dude, it's the first time I've ever done this before.
Oh, really?
I've done it to YouTube.
I'm glad I could be a part of this.
Yeah, I've done it to YouTube. I've never done it to Facebook yet.
All right. This will work. Let's see. All right, so this is our first time doing this together. We are homies now for life. We're inviting everybody on Facebook that we can. Let me type some people's names in. Yeah, Dare, gotta invite him and Michael Martinez. You know what? Let me just invite. Who else should we invite? Okay. Okay.
So I got this.
We got one person viewing right now.
Plug this in.
So. Okay.
Put it into that one. And you have the earphones on, so.
Okay. So.
Woo! That's probably the cord. Take that cord out. It's not the best cord. I might just have to use a small one.
Okay. No worries. That was not fun. So we got some people viewing right now. How do you figure out who's viewing?
I'm gonna switch these for you.
Okay.
So we have the cord.
All right, cool. We got some people. Oh, we got Russell on the line. What up, Russell? What up, Russell? Make sure you guys say hi and like this shit. We're going to talk about the fight here in a second. We're just getting everything set up. We're doing this for the first time. What's up, guys? Let's see here. I'm going to edit this post. Yeah.
All right, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you perfectly.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. Make sure you guys say hi so we know y'all are saying what's up and everybody's watching this. All right, so Ben, do you have any questions about what happened today, about this fight? I know you missed the fight and all.
Yeah, so I was trying to look up some streams online. Some people were streaming it through like Snapchat, and I caught the very beginning of the McGregor fight.
Yeah. Get in here real quick.
Now, from what I hear, it was getting pretty rowdy there at the end.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah, McGregor and Khabib, they went all 4 rounds. It actually was stopped at like 3 minutes and something seconds within the 4th round by submission. And Khabib kept taking McGregor down every round. Was going round for round, throwing some hits and some kicks, but bringing him down a lot, trying to get that submission and trying to get that. I think it was I forget what it was from the back, but it was a really good fight. After the fight ended, Khabib actually jumped the fence because one of McGregor's guys was talking shit. So he was talking shit, and he jumped the fence and went over it. Went over the cage, and went and attacked the guys that was talking shit on McGregor's side.
But if you think about it, you got 2 countries that are being represented. You got the Russians and you got the Irish, right?
That's true. Yeah, they're both fighting countries. That's
very,
for sure.
very much both fighting countries. So you think about the compassion they have, the passion they have for the sport, and the passion they have for their player. I mean, it's kind of like it was already like waiting to happen, I would say.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. I mean, McGregor, as we all know, that McGregor's very well known for his shit talking and causing a lot of drama and fights between everybody.
There's a lot of shit talking there, yes.
But though, the fact is, we all really do love McGregor. He is what do you call a power striker, and so is Khabib as well. I mean, Khabib technically still is undefeated now, 27-0. One of the things it is though is Khabib, after the fight ended, jumped that fence, and after he started getting into a brawl with one of the guys outside the cage, one of Khabib's guys jumped the cage and started attacking McGregor from behind. Now, there's 2 guys that jumped, and the guy in the red shirt came in hit him right with his right hand, and McGregor was still trying to figure out what's going on still. I mean, but you could see though after one of the rounds ended, McGregor got up with a big old smile on his face, talking shit the whole time. It was hilarious, you know.
So what do you think is the call for like the future of fighting, as far as how much commotion this one fight had brought to the sport?
Honestly though, I think there's still going to be a lot of good fights to come. Because I mean, this isn't going to stop fights from happening. But one thing it's going to do is probably Dana White probably is going to end up stripping Khabib. Because I mean, it was a misrepresentation of the UFC itself. It really was a really bad misrepresentation. I can honestly say that if I was in his shoes, I would definitely be like, well, that really represents my company bad, and I'd have to get rid of that, strip him from his title. But the fact is, though, it leaves it open for another fight to happen again. The only problem is now there's going to be more security and more rules implemented after this because of this.
If you think about like McGregor now, I mean, from what I'm hearing, this is probably going to be one of his last fights, if not his last fight.
Yeah.
Do you believe that, or you think that's just kind of...
I mean, he's actually just 30 years old. He's really young.
Yeah, he's way young.
He's probably more like in the middle part of his hey, what's up, DeAndre? He's really in the middle age of his career, you know. But honestly though, I could see him fighting for another good maybe 5-10 years maybe.
Okay.
I mean, he's got millions of dollars already, but I mean, he's definitely one of those guys who's addicted to fighting. Because I mean, look, as he went into boxing against Floyd Mayweather, it was for a lot of money too, and was sponsored by Mayweather, but he still did it.
That actually brings up another point, because I've heard also people talking about how he made like over $100 million.
Oh yeah,
something like that easily with the Mayweather fight. And once you have that kind of money, like you're not. I mean, you can be just fighting for fun in a sense, more than like like virtue, or like having that prestige, because like, you already have money in the bank. Like, what are you really fighting for when it comes financially? So what's really driving you at that point? If you're already at the top of your game,
Honestly, I think it's just for bragging rights now. I mean, he's already what? He's already got 2 belts under his belt.
Yeah.
He's done boxing, failed at it with that one fight.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, though, he's still one of the only UFC fighters that actually did it, and went out and did boxing in the professional boxing sport.
It's still a win-win situation for him either way.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, they both won money tonight, and even then they won money too. They both won lots of money, and it was all sponsored by TMT. So I mean, there was no way nobody wasn't gonna make money.
So now you say he probably has about a good 5-10 years left in his career.
I would say
so. So what do you think his goal would be at this point, since he lost today? Like now what he's going to be? Is he going to be kind of like the comeback title, kind of trying to come back and get the bragging rights again, or like what do you think his direction would be for the rest of his fighting career?
I think he's still going to continue to fight. I think he'll probably be maybe fighting maybe once or twice a year, maybe. I don't, honestly, I really couldn't call it for now because everybody's their own person and all.
Like, you think he's gonna be trying to set like records, or he's just gonna be doing it just because he has that ability, has his youth still to fight? Or
I think I think he still has his youth to fight, but I think it's more due with the fact of, he's one of those people who's got mad love for the sport.
Oh yeah, definitely.
By the way, if anybody out there that has any questions, please by all means ask any questions you got. Yeah, Russell, Conor McGregor talked a lot of mad shit. That's true. And hey, DeAndre. I'm not sure if DeAndre's still watching or not. You got any other questions, man?
Man, to be honest, this fight was kind of one that I was kind of disappointed that I missed.
Mm-hmm.
But just when it comes to like all the good sporting events that I've been kind of keeping up to date in the past like year to 3 years, there haven't been as much as I wish that I could be like really, really compelled to want to go and watch.
Yeah. I could say that. I mean, there's always football and basketball. I'm always want to compelled to watch that. Honestly, if I got the opportunity and I had the money to go see UFC fight in Las Vegas, Nevada, I would do it. Definitely do it. That would be something I'd love to see. I know those seats down on the floor are pretty expensive.
Oh yeah.
I think they started at like $50,000, but that's like $500 in Vegas money right there.
Yeah, easy.
It's expensive for us broke Mexicans here in San Antonio.
That's right. I think that I mean, there's so many different like sports that there's going to be coming out. I mean, we're barely here like in football season.
That's true.
Football season is barely getting off the ground right now. But
you guys have us on speaker. Oh shit.
Hey, look, Avery joined.
Avery, Chris Sheldon.
Man,
we got some good people
Cassandra,
on here watching. Make sure you guys say
Delgado.
hi.
Hey guys, thank you for joining the stream. First off, we want to give our shout out to you guys.
Yeah, if we ain't friends on Facebook, add me at Chris Etter, aka Boy Scout.
That's right. Chris. You can kiss Chris Etter either way.
Yeah, it's gonna charge you money.
E-T-T-E-R Etter.
So I got one though. Tomorrow night we got the Houston Texans versus the shitty Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, dude. So it's gonna be a fight for Texas, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Texas showdown for sure.
I mean, because we were our own country for a while. Texas, we're our own country, you know.
We still live in the country of Texas.
The Republic of Texas.
Yeah, Republic of Texas. That's true.
Well, I mean, the cool thing is that knowing that we're still like our own republic, it's gonna be like a civil war for us.
Yeah.
You know, if it was football.
But honestly though, I mean, it is it's 12:50 at night here in San Antonio, and Dallas Cowboys still suck. So I mean,
that's not going to change tomorrow. My hopes aren't.
But I will tell you this though, it is 12:51 at night, and OU still sucks as of today.
Yeah. You know,
27-24 against the Longhorns today. Hook 'em horns,
shit.
baby. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Longhorns ain't so bad this year, you know. I'm not sure what the record is, but hey, you know, it's a lot better.
You know, I heard there's this word that's coming into the news recently that we're gonna get our own professional football team.
You know, I've heard that too.
I think 2019, if I'm not mistaken, like next year.
You know, back what was it? Back in like 2000 or 2001, I remember Vince McMahon was coming out with the XFL. It was supposed to be more hardcore NFL kind of league, and San Antonio was definitely on the roster to get a team.
No shit.
And at some point, Vince McMahon was like, "Nope, fuck that. We're not doing that." Yeah, that's right, Chris. Khabib was a beast, but had to ruin it tonight by jumping in the stands. I definitely agree with that. Oh, shit. Heather even said, go Texans, and shitty boys. I hope Juan's sister's watching this somewhere and just full of rage right now.
Hey, so fill me in one last time on the Khabib McGregor incident. So you said Khabib was the first one to jump over the fence?
Yeah. After McGregor tapped, Khabib finally let him go. He still held on for maybe a couple more seconds and let him go. And then, like, a few seconds later, we see him jump in the cage, and we're all thinking, yeah, he's gonna celebrate. But no, he jumps and starts throwing fists at somebody, and it turns out it's one of McGregor's teammates.
Okay, wait, so he starts throwing fists.
Yeah, he just gets down and starts fighting. It's
okay, I thought it was someone else that initiated it. He's the one who went out there.
No. Well, I mean, somebody probably talked shit and he got pissed off because somebody's running their mouth and all. But the fact was though, he still jumped the cage and still went after somebody outside of the cage.
Huh.
Which I think should also be considered as a
violation.
Or attempted murder almost, because that guy's technically a weapon.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a pretty bad lawsuit if I would say myself.
Hey, if anybody in the other room is still listening to this, y'all are more than welcome to come say hi, be on our show.
We're always looking to have guests come and join the show.
Yeah, we're more than welcome to have guests, especially on our first show. If this thing goes really well, we might end up doing this regularly.
Yeah. I mean, we got so much stuff to talk about. Again, we're just like really trying to focus on the fight that just occurred right now. But we can do this for like different like professional events. You know, there's basketball, there's baseball. We got football season happening right now.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep it sports related for sure. We don't want to bring up the whole Kavanaugh thing because that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's its own like clusterfuck in and of itself. So, I think there's like a lot of good things that our country does like have like when it comes to sports that we can just focus on, have a good time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's true. You know what? Christopher's right. This all did spill over from the incident with the bus. I mean, Conor McGregor did come up to the bus that Khabib was on when they were leaving. I think they were leaving a training camp, and he came up and threw a chair right through the fucking window of the tour bus, or their shuttle bus. Went right through it, and it hit Khabib and glass went all over Khabib.
I
remember that was months ago.
Holy shit! So this has kind of been balling up for a while.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely built up for sure.
Dominic. What's Dominic saying?
Beat down on the clown. It went down. Old warrior needed anger management. Mother liquor needs to work the steps.
Yeah.
He needs something. Yeah, we definitely need a fight press. We'll don't worry, Sheldon. We're getting to that. Anybody, any of our watchers got any questions? I know some of you guys in the other room got some questions. Let's see. So Ben, let's learn something about you.
Okay.
Are you a basketball fan?
Well, I'm a '90s fan, as you can tell, like from this backdrop we have back here. You got Ren and Stimpy, Rocco, Rugrats. So I was born and raised in the '90s, you know.
Okay, since you're a '90s baby, just like I am, what out of the two that you pick, Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Oh, bro, that's difficult because when I was okay, so when I was a baby, or like younger, you know, the first half of the '90s, going towards like the second half of the '90s, it was Nickelodeon for sure for me. Mm-hmm. Now, like early 2000s, that's when I started getting into like a lot of Cartoon Network. You know, they had
really.
Yeah, they had like all the good like anime shows. I mean, of course, I was like watching like Dragon Ball Z and whatnot. And they had like Gundam and like all the cool shows. Cowboy Bebop, you know, like at late night.
Oh, you know what? Chris Sheldon just asked a good question too.
What's that?
Do you think Khabib will lose his visa over this? You know, honestly, I could see that happening. I could honestly see that happening.
Is his visa? I'm not sure. Disqualification, maybe like kind of like put on timeout in a sense. Mm-hmm. Possibly, I would say, because I think it's bad sportsmanship in general. You know. Yeah, it's just misrepresentation. I do kind of feel that there would have to be some kind of like reprimanding for that. Mm-hmm. The actual full extent, I'm not sure if it would go all the way to like visa status. I mean, I don't know what his visa is in the first place. If he came here, did he just get a visa just to come out here and like just to fight? That's true. Or is he living here? You know, and does he even want to live here? I mean, shit, maybe he loves his country. He wouldn't really care to like live here, but.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, honestly, though, the way I see it, Dana White should have stripped him right there in front of all the whole audience. Said, you know what? I mean, Dana White did tell him, "I'm not putting. If I put that belt around your waist, I'm definitely. What is that saying about my company?" He told him that flat out in the ring, like right at the end. He told him, "If I put this belt around your waist right now, what does that say about me and representing my company?" I
think, yeah, back to that point right there. I think it's more important for the actual the industry to take hold of like this happened. To their like organization, you know, like the whole visa thing. That's like that's gonna be like some kind of like a different court is gonna take care of that, you know. But as far as the industry of the sport, that's where like the biggest like blow is taken. So like you said, Dana White putting his belts on him. Like, what's he really saying about like the way he acted out? You know?
Yeah, I mean, good thing Dana White didn't actually put the belt on him in front of everybody in the ring. Yeah. I mean, they did announce that Khabib is still the champion, which is still. I mean, technically speaking, he is technically still the champion. But you know what though? I agree with what Sheldon says. Assault charges in the Nevada Athletic Commissioner may bar him. I honestly, I think that could happen. I really do think that could happen.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
I honestly think there is going to be some kind of punishment that's going to be coming within the near future, or there might be a press conference going on right now. But I do fully believe that Khabib will be punished for what happened. Because I mean, it was a complete violation and put a lot of people's lives in jeopardy. Because technically, think of it, he is a weapon.
Dude, he like. He's undefeated, right?
Yeah, he's undefeated. He's now 27-0 now.
Who can talk shit to him and get away with it? Like, you know,
Conor McGregor kind of could.
Yeah, but after tonight, like he got. I mean, obviously he didn't win. So I mean, even a fan that's out there like talking shit. I mean, like it doesn't matter what kind of shit they're talking. Like, if you know that you're the shit, if you know you're undefeated, no matter what someone tells you, like you shouldn't be able to act on that. It's kind of like, you know. I think it's kind of ignorant in a sense, you know.
These comments are driving me wild, but yeah, I mean, there should be something to happen. I know there was a fight. Let's see, who was it? Sheldon said it. Major Black Eye, like when Ron went in the stands in Indiana. I didn't watch that fight, so I don't know nothing about that, to be honest. But you know, though, it's still something that should be addressed now, because that's still because what Khabib did tonight really did put a lot of fans in harm's way. Because I mean, not only did that, but as he was leaving. One of the fans gave him the middle finger, and it started something with him. And then one of his guys came back and started going at it right there. And I believe the cops ejected him from the stadium.
You know, that's a big thing too, because they're the ones that are kind of leading both the countries. They're kind of the ones like leading all this. And if you start acting out, what's that telling your fans to do? You know?
Yeah, that's very true.
You're supposed to be like kind of like that role model. You're supposed to be that person that they look up to. And if you're setting that standard, then you're kind of inviting all of your friends, all your fans, to do the same, act out the same, and that's just. I don't think that's like the best approach.
Yeah, that's true. Dominic says your beard is nice, by the way.
Oh, bro, you should come over. Like, I'll show you how to grow one.
And we don't mean
Take care
one
of
like
it,
in your pants. We mean like one on your baby face.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I mean, there's other speculation saying was this thing staged, and you know, honestly though, it's kind of hard to stage throwing a chair through a bus. Oh, look at that NBA back. Chris Sheldon said NBA player beer was tossed on a player and he charged into the stands. You know, I actually remember that. That was when Iverson went after somebody. They were playing. Next thing you know, a brawl broke out. And they went into the fans, and it just escalated up a couple rows. I remember that. I was late. I was the Sixers versus the Pacers, I believe.
So do you? Okay, I guess that kind of brings up another question. Is there actually ever a justified reason to go and charge a stand at a fan, like charge into the stands at a fan, or anyone for that matter?
Well, I don't think any fighter should be leaving the cage to charge a fan no matter what, because they can. Because the fact is, fighter against a non-fighter could really kill somebody.
Oh yeah, like people who are trained to be fighters, they can get charged for aggravated assaults, right? Like just because their hands are like a weapon.
Yeah, they really are.
They know how to kill, like with their hands.
I mean, it's terrible, you know. I mean, it's brutal. Like if you get hit by a UFC fighter, I mean, you're kind of asking like to get hurt, like in the worst possible way. It really is. Detroit, Indiana. That's who it was. I remember that. That was the one. That was back in what was it? What was it, Sheldon? Was that 04 or 06? I can't remember. I mean, you know, it's. Let's see. What was it? Yeah. If you get hit by a fighter, I mean, you're kind of. It's kind of just like getting hit by a freight by a bus almost. You know.
Oh yeah. And I guess like some of these fans are getting rowdy. They're probably intoxicated too. They've been drinking a little too much beers. They get passionate. They get caught in the moment. So I kind of understand, like they're probably just gonna say shit, But at the same time, it's aggression on both sides,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm not sure if like the fan, for instance, can be charged for anything for like like taunting or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure if that's an actual crime or not. But again, any kind of, regardless of the sport, regardless if it's actually like boxing or fighting or like even like NBA, whenever you let something like that go and then people know that it was let go, it just kind of taints the image of like the professional sports organizations.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, let's see. I'm gonna Google it right now. If you got hit by McGregor, I mean, you're kind of looking at going to the hospital no matter what.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, the fact is, let's see here. Let's see what we can find right here.
Looking at a couple of stats right now.
Yeah, we're looking at stats. Yeah, I mean, the guy he's almost 6 foot and he weighs 154. But you also got to remember he's got a reach of 74 inches, and he's got both the lightweight and featherweight belts under his belt. And that's a pretty amazing feat. Oh, somebody else just got here. I love how Sheldon's commenting on this and messing with us because I love it because this is our first time doing this.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is our first time doing this. We just hopped on to Facebook Live. We had a little camera set up. We got some nice microphones and first time doing this. So
yeah, so
we really do again support. Appreciate all you guys' support and the fact that you're getting involved in this. This is really cool for us.
Yeah, it's really cool. I love how we're getting comments. This is awesome. Yeah. Dominic's ass really is a lethal weapon. Like Jesus.
Oh, dude. Yeah, you got to be careful with that, Dominic.
He said the fighters should have serial numbers tattooed on them because they are weapons. Do we agree? I think that's a little too far. That's kind of going a little, almost like messed up, like 1940s era fucking kind of messed up shit. But I mean, there definitely should be some different regulations. So.
I want to step off the track just momentarily but I want to get right back on. But yeah. I was thinking like, what if like a player has like a titanium like body part, like
Oh, like a titanium bone?
Yeah, like a titanium bone. Like, what do you think about that fighting into?
Well, I know there was a fight. I can't remember when it was about 2 years ago. I don't remember the fight, but the guy got kneed in the forehead, and it shattered his skull right there. And they put a metal plate after because it was like 6 seconds into the fight. I think Sheldon probably watched it. But after the fight ended right away, and they put the plate in his skull. And honestly, he's never fought ever since.
Oh God!
Because I mean, you can one hit to that, and you're probably dead.
Yeah.
So,
well, he's
but I mean,
good to be made to even live through that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he's lucky to be alive. But there is also the fact with what was his name? Sheldon, help me out with here. The guy who broke his leg. I watched that fight too. I think it was oh, who was it? I can't. I just said his name the other day, but I can't remember. But he went for a low kick, and his shin hit the other guy's shin. And when his shin hit, his leg went and wrapped around, and his toes touched his knee, and the fight was over right there. I can't. Dang, I really wish I could remember the name. That was a good one though. I remember watching that one. I was just like, screw that. Let's see. Sheldon found out. Silva, Anderson Silva. That's right.
Oh,
Anderson Silva. That's the one.
oh, that you're talking about when he broke his leg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw the replay like multiple times. You know how they have like the YouTube video where they show the replay, like regular speed, and they have it super slow mo, and then they have it super slow mo, like 3 or 4 or 5 times. I saw that. That was horrific.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was yeah.
Let's see. You know, with Anderson Silva though, when he fought and he broke his leg. Let's see. I got it right here. I'm looking on Wikipedia right now. Some people are gonna say, "Oh, Wikipedia's not accurate," but screw it.
You know, one thing we can also do too, if we ever need to, we can pull up clips from like the internet and kind of show them.
Let's see. Let's see. His let's see. I know they got it somewhere here.
He's got a pretty extensive background too.
Yeah, he does. He's got a lot of shit about him. You know what? I'll just look up his medical facts.
Welcome to the podcast, Star Salinas.
Ooh, who's Star Salinas been?
Star Salinas, I actually worked with her here a couple years ago when I first came into San Antonio. Hope you're still doing good, Star. I haven't talked to you. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Let's
like
see.
rubber band dingling.
Yeah,
Like
it was
soft weed.
I remember that it was.
We're still talking about the foot.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that was.
Let's see.
I also saw this one video of this dude who was trying to squat, or the leg press. You know. He had about I think like I don't know, eight plates on each side plus another 8 plates on the top. You know, had the 2 bars. And like he was trying to do the leg press, and he just locked his knees and it just came back on him and bent his.
I remember that you could see the rip go up his his calves. It was terrible.
It's like one of those things where like it's horrible. You don't want to watch, but you just can't help but watch because it's just so tragic. And it's like you get caught there for a second.
Let's see. You know what's crazy is when Anderson Silva broke his leg. I mean, it's kind of natural too to think about. He actually suffered through some depression because he thought his career was over, as pretty sure the rest of the world thought too.
Oh, dude, that's kind of natural, yeah.
You know, I honestly thought his career was over because there was no. How do you come back from that? You know, I mean, you're never going to be the same way again. You've got to definitely have some screws and some plates put in your legs. You know, but the fact is though that's a hard thing to come back from. I don't know, dude. That's gosh. Let's see.
It's crazy because like I've never had like a broken bone, but I tore my meniscus a few years back, and even like now I went to the doctor and they had a surgery and everything like that. But even now, if I twist my knee like a certain way, I can kind of feel like the tear. You know, it feels like my knee like dislocates for a second, and it's kind of crazy. So I'm thinking like that's only a meniscus tear. Like people who like shatter like all their bones in their leg or their arm or that, and they come back and they're fighting again.
You know, it really is amazing what the human body can withstand and heal from. You know, it's amazing what we can all go through in life and deal with and come back from. I mean, a lot of us have gone through major surgeries like cancer and broken bones, and miraculously we all heal and come back from it, and we escape the clutches of death. And I mean, yeah, we'll get sad and depressed and all, but the fact is that we still live. We still live to fight another day. Like Craig's father says. Oh, yeah. But you live. You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day.
Man, bro, that's so true. Sometimes we can take those things for granted, you know? Those like kind of like almost stories kind of seem like miracle stories. And we come back and like the stuff that we've been through, the stuff that we've done, and we are able to live like another day and like get to appreciate like those tragic moments that we've lived through. You know, I've seen family members die. I've seen people like some really close friends to me, really young, I've lost. But even through those bouts of depression, those feelings of like that grief that we experienced, the human experience, like it's been awesome.
Yo,
be able to make through it.
there was another thing. I forgot to tell you this. Thank you for reminding me, Sheldon. Before the McGregor fight, there was another fight with Lewis and this other guy. It was another Russian guy. I went for the Russian because I said, you know what? This guy looks like he got poked in the eye and started crying, so I'm going for the Russian. Well, Lewis ended up knocking him out, and at the end, Lewis did the interview in the cage, and was like, and they asked him, they go, so why'd you take your shorts off? And he goes, man, my balls were hot.
Oh, I saw that. I saw a little comment.
I mean, you know, honestly though, I would have said the same thing too. Like, man, my balls are on fire, bro. And then somebody would have told me, oh, that's just the syphilis, bro. That's the herpes.
Might want to go see a doctor for that one.
Anybody got burning desire? See a doctor.
That's right.
Volkov, that's his name, Volkov. Man, there's so many people there for the fight I was watching. It was insane. It was so hot. You know, we got a new player in the house tonight. Tell us your name, friend.
Tony.
Oh, snaps. We got Tony in the house.
We got Tony in the house right now.
Tony the boss. Come say hi to your fans.
Join in for a sec.
Everybody say hi to Tony.
Here you go. I'm just going to get a chair for you.
Yeah.
What's up, kids?
Yeah. What's your radio name, Tony?
I'm DJ Gonzo.
DJ Gonzo. Make sure you follow him on KSYM 90.1 every Wednesday night from 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. It is beautiful.
Facebook /KSYM Punk.
Yeah.
I just got out of Venom.
Oh, I saw that the other day. It was great. I loved it.
That was pretty awesome. I really want to see the new animated Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah, so do I. So bad. Okay, so we're not going to talk about that because we're not going to do any spoilers tonight. We're not going to ruin the movie for anybody. But what we've been doing tonight is talking about sports and talking about basically whatever's on our mind and taking questions from fans or anybody watching. Oh, downplay the title shot. DJ Gonzo, Tony the Tiger. Sid was going to throw his wife's legs up in the air and see what happens from there.
Look at this tiny chair.
Oh, Tony got the greatest chair in the house. It's so small. Oh, snaps. We got Sick Boy in the house. SICKBOY. Oh, man. All right, Tony, pull that chair up. We're going to talk. Oh, I know what we're going to talk about. All right, so, Tony, I do have a question for you.
All right, what's up?
So we all know that you host a punk show.
That's true.
What would you say is your number one favorite punk band from any era, from any year?
I really like Choking Victim, Leftover Crack, and can you cuss on your...
Dude, we can do whatever we want.
Star Fucking Hipsters.
Star Fucking Hipsters. I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same kind of guys, but I really like them a lot.
What is your number one favorite song? From from your number one favorite punk song from any band whatsoever.
Wow. Now that's a hard question. It used to be institutionalized by Suicidal Tendencies.
Oh, yeah.
But for a really specific reason. It was because when I was really young, my older sister would come and visit from California. And she would bring, like, her punk music that I'd never heard before. And she played that, and we would laugh, and we would sing that to each other. So it's not as... I mean, the song itself is good, but it was more just because of that memory of us, like, both singing it to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, I like that. I like that song. You know what? Another favorite song of mine that I have is Sedated. I Want to Be Sedated.
Yeah.
I was listening to that at work the other day, and I was like, do, 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 do. I want to be sedated. I don't remember all the words to that song because it's not my favorite song. My favorite song is Anything by Metallica.
That's pretty much the words of that song.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. That's pretty much are the words. All right. So, Tony, let me ask you something. Have you listened to any of the nowadays rap hip-hop shit? Or any of the underground stuff?
Are you about to do a diss track on me? Is
No,
like
no,
a lead
God,
in
no.
to like that's the whole reason you brought me in to do a diss track?
No,
You've
no.
been working on this for days secretly.
Yeah, I got writers in the other room writing up my diss track to Eminem. I'm totally kidding. No. I love Eminem. Eminem's the rap god. And the rap devil is definitely dead for sure. He's back in hell. Fuck MGK. Honestly though, when it comes to rap and hip hop, there's two people I want to see go head to head, and that is MGK versus Sick Boy. You have a good night, Sheldon. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by and talking sports with us.
What's up, Sheldon?
But yeah, I would love to see Sick Boy versus MGK to see who goes off. I know MGK can't use anybody else to write his shit. He's got to write his own shit because Sick Boy writes his own shit and makes his own music as well. If you haven't heard Sick Boy's music, you got to become friends with us, and we'll definitely maybe let you hear some of his stuff. It's pretty cool.
Come give us a sample.
Yeah, we might be willing to give you a sample at some point in time, but we got to see if he'll come out and play with us, or come out and see y'all and do it.
I don't have my ukulele wrestle.
What's up, B-Rad, aka Street Level? Yo, in case anybody got Spotify, you should definitely add the band Apocalypse Later. I'll show you what it looks like. I got it right here. Add Apocalypse Later. See if it'll focus. This is what it looks like. You're gonna see it. You want to download that on. Add that to your Spotify thing. Yeah, there's also another video going around.
You mean Night Falcon?
Oh, Night Falcon. That's a good one too. That's I was actually
I got a small bit part in that one.
Yeah, you do. I love it. I absolutely love it. I was actually listening. I was actually listening to Night Falcon earlier in the car with everybody. Night Falcon.
Our friend has a little daughter who saw it, and she wanted Night Falcon to come to her birthday party.
She did not get her wish.
She did not get her wish, but that's all she wanted was Night Falcon to come to the birthday party.
And he would not come.
He's an actual superhero. He doesn't do kids parties.
Yeah, he doesn't do kids parties. He does adult parties, mostly adult homosexual parties. But hey, he does adult parties and adult parties only.
I bet if the money was right.
Yeah, but if the money was right, he probably would have came anyways. Oh man, I think I got some kind of cold or something. But
Dom, you haven't seen Night Falcon?
let's smoke this real quick.
That's Blueberry Sad Boy.
Whoa, I like it. Woo. Also, guys, if you vape and are looking for some good vape accessories and vape juices, make sure you hit up Cloudcraft. That's right, Cloudcraft. I forget the road that's on, but definitely hit up Cloudcraft. Got a lot of good vaping
It's over
supplies.
off Bulverde Road.
Bulverde Road, that's the road. That's the name. There's a lot of roads here to have the word, the letter B at the beginning. All right, so let's get back to talking to music a little bit. Do you have what did you honestly think of the MGK disc against, towards Eminem? Like, what did you think about it?
You know, actually, what I care about. So those bands I was just talking about, I went and saw a punk show. The lead singer of Leftover Crack and Choking Victim and Star Fucking Hipsters actually did a show last night, and
no shit.
It was kind of sad because he was so messed up he could only do like 5 songs, and like it went like really, really bad. Like, I don't know. Like, if people had actually paid like serious money to get into there, they probably would have been mad. I mean, we were stoked to get to hear the couple songs we did, but yeah, that guy's not doing too well. I was like filming him. I was like, I wonder if he's gonna die soon.
Man, speaking of people not doing well on stage, you know who's actually in the hospital right now?
Who's that?
The boss, Ozzy Osbourne, the Dark Prince himself.
Are you serious? Ozzy's in the hospital?
He's in the hospital right now, man. It's all over Facebook, all over the news. He had to cancel a show tonight because he's in the hospital. I forget what happened, but
I always kind of wanted to see Ozzy. Ozzy's just one of those ones Alice Cooper put on the best stage show I've ever seen besides Gwar. I'm glad I got to see Gwar before Dave Brockie died.
That'd have been cool to see.
Dude, that stage show was amazing.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Gore's awesome. If you haven't heard Gore, they are the greatest band in the whole galaxy.
Okay, their music's one thing, but if you went to their stage show, it was like nothing else. There's nothing that would just top the experience of being sprayed with fake blood and piss and cum from giant rock and roll monsters that are tearing people apart, like while like an entire crowd is moshing all around you, and it's just complete chaos, and it's just amazing.
Man, I would love to take a first date to that.
I did take a date to that.
Oh God, did you seal the deal?
Well, yeah, because I mean, because she liked it. Like we were both in agreement afterward. We were like, yeah, that's it. We're together. And
You took her home and got you a little something?
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's my boy. There we go. Who would ever thought that taking a chick to a gore show?
she was cooler than I was, honestly, because I heard Gore before and I knew they put on a good show, but I didn't know what Dave Brockie looked like, the lead singer, Odorous Among Us. I didn't know what he looked like without all the costume on and stuff. I didn't know what he looked like as a regular guy. And I went to the bar and I had sat down, and this guy comes and sits down next to me and gets like a Red Bull and vodka, and he's like, hey, whatever. And he leaves, and my girlfriend is the girl. Well, she became my girlfriend. She's freaking out. She's like, "Did you know who you were talking to and who you were just sitting next to?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "You didn't notice his tattoos?" And so when he got on stage, I noticed this, the tattoos on his arms, and it was Dave Brockie that was hanging out right next to me. But I didn't know at the time, so I didn't think of anything cool to say to him.
Man. I actually met a celebrity once that I didn't realize it was
Who'd
a
you meet?
celebrity. Well, I've actually met a few, but there was this one time we were at South by Southwest and we got in backstage, and I actually got to meet Fishbone, one of the guys from Fishbone. I didn't even realize who he was until like
Fishbone's awesome.
I didn't realize who they were until they got on stage, and I was like, wait, I was just with that guy smoking. What the hell? But that was really cool. I went to Vegas once and I was playing craps, and I didn't realize that Flavor Flav was with us too. I didn't realize it.
Dude, you'd have to notice Flavor Flav.
Dude, I was so drunk.
You must have been pretty wasted to not notice that dude.
Well, I'll tell you what though, we won him some money though. That's for sure. We won him a lot of money. We were winning people money left and right back then.
It's like Black Skeletor that's all tiny, wearing a giant clock.
Yeah.
How would you not notice that, like, sitting next to you?
No,
Screaming at
no,
like
he wasn't.
1,000
He was like
decibels.
2 to 3 people away from me to my right, and it was at the MGM at the craps table. And
Yeah.
I just didn't realize it. And as I turned towards him, I was like, "Oh shit, you're Flavor Flav!" And he looked at me and he goes, "Man, that's a dope chain. I like that chain." I think I was wearing the Batman chain that I had. Yeah. So I met him, but earlier that day I met Akon. I met Akon on the way to the elevators, and I was like, "Oh shit, you're Akon. Hey man, Akon, can I shake your hand, man?" And his bodyguard just goes, whoosh, hits me up, pins me up against the wall, and I'm like, "Whoa, man, whoa, what the fuck, man? I'm just trying to say hi, man. I like your music, and I think you're a great guy and all. And I think you do a lot of good with the charity work you do." And he goes, "Hey man, it's cool. Hey, what's going on, man? I'm glad to support a fan. It was really cool, man. It really was. I gotta say, Akon really is a nice guy. It's let's see.
When I lived in San Diego, I would go to the Comic-Cons there.
Oh.
This was quite a while back. But there would be a lot of like celebrities just walking around. But the one that floored me, it's probably lame to everyone else, but it was Lou Ferrigno. Because when I was a really little kid, the Incredible Hulk was Lou Ferrigno. And that dude was like, he could have eaten me. He was gigantic. He was so huge. I couldn't think of anything to say to him because, like, I didn't expect him to be that huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wish I could have met Lou Ferrigno. I mean, I still possibly could, but I don't really think I really want to be honest. He's kind of big. He's got big old muscles, and I'm pretty sure he does lots of cocaine or something. I
don't know if he does cocaine, but MC Chris, the rapper, when we were crossing the street, I smelled weed, and there was like just this huge crowd of us, and I smelled weed suddenly, like in the crowd. I'm like, who's just smoking weed, like just out here? And MC Chris was right behind me, and he kind of got like had this like nervous look on him, and yeah, I was kind of like bummed. I was like, man, maybe I should have been like, hey, you want to hang out with us? But I figured he probably didn't.
I don't know, man. Maybe he did though.
Well, at that time, he was just doing like the cartoon bits, like I want candy. He just had put that on Adult Swim, so he was starting to get a lot of attention through that. So I figured he probably didn't want to hang out with just some random dude.
Yeah, that's probably true.
And also, I figured he might bang my girlfriend.
That is always a fear that people have when it comes to meeting celebrities, especially rap artists. I was afraid, I don't want this guy fucking my girlfriend.
Well,
even if he looks like a tuna can.
It didn't work out for me anyway because my girlfriend ended up banging Wolverine.
Oh.
There was a guy at Comic-Con that looked exactly like the best cosplay I've ever seen of a Wolverine. And so she was mad at me because I skipped one day and I didn't go with her. And she did the Poison Ivy as a cosplay. And so she came back and I was like, so how was your day? And she had this weird kind of smirk. She was like, you should have came. And
because she did.
Well, there was a live action thing. I put it on where they were showing on this channel called G4, and they were showing all the different people. And Wolverine came on, and I was like, hey, it's that Wolverine guy. And the lady that was interviewing him goes, I bet you get a lot of girls. You look exactly like Wolverine. Your costume's pretty great. And he goes, well, actually, today I actually did hook up with a girl. And she goes, oh, really? What was her costume? Who was it? Was it Psylocke? Was it somebody that Wolverine? And he goes, oh, it was a Poison Ivy. It wasn't that great.
Oh.
At the time,
damn.
I just did not want to believe. But she got this look on her face that, like, it wasn't till, like, much later, like trying to do a really hard math question, like, that it suddenly hit me that what I had seen on TV, that I was like, no. So later, I looked. This is back when there was what was before Facebook, MySpace.
Oh gosh.
She had all of these crazy messages because just anybody could read them from Wolverine, asking, "Have you left your boyfriend yet?" And I was like, oh my God, that really happened. My girlfriend banged Wolverine.
You know what's probably sad about that? It was probably even sadder about that story.
What's that?
Is that Wolverine guy has probably never been with a girl once. Even if he looked just like Wolverine, he's probably in reality.
He looked like if you met Wolverine out of the comics, that's exactly what he would look like.
You know what makes it even sadder?
He didn't look like
didn't look like Hugh Jackman.
He did not look like Hugh Jackman. He looked like actually Wolverine.
He looked like
what
an
he would look
actual
like.
comic book.
Yeah. He looked like what the comic book looks like, not the lame. Like, here's a guy in a costume.
Gosh,
he looked like what he would actually look like.
He looked just like a drawing. Yeah. But man, that sucks. Man, that's a crazy story, Tony. You got any other crazy stories about shit?
Usually.
Yeah, what you got? What you got? Come on, man. We need some fix. We need something good for our fans. We got another about 11 and a half minutes to go.
So what's the name of your show?
It's called the Ben and Scout Show, but the Ben left. I don't know where he went, but he went somewhere. Who else? Who's all watching this right now?
Actually, I told a really embarrassing story just now about a real person. I think it's time that you have to tell us a crazy story.
You want me to tell you a story?
Yeah, you have to tell a crazy story.
Oh, man, I gotta tell you a story.
I probably should not have told that story.
No, you probably shouldn't have. But at least you're not tagged in this, so you're kind of good. And I'm pretty sure nobody's gonna fucking share this. Damn, I don't really have many good crazy stories, to be honest. I've never really lived life.
I don't believe that for a second. All right, I'll tell you one more crazy story since we're almost out of time.
Yay.
All right, this is the second time in my life I've had an entire crowd of people chant my name.
Oh, whoa.
So I went to Las Vegas for New Year's, and New Year's in Vegas is insane. Have you ever been to Vegas, like around like a big holiday?
No, I've only been there for the Billboard Awards.
Have you ever been to like New Orleans around Mardi Gras or anything? Anyway, people are just packed and everybody's wasted and it's just chaos. And the girl that we brought with us really, really had to pee, and any kind of like, she had to go to a real bathroom to pee. Basically, she wasn't going to use one of the like various porta potties because they were too gross even for a guy to use. So for us to do that, the police had built a barricade keeping us out of the street, and were patrolling in the middle of the street while all of us were packed on either side. And she decided, drunkenly, she was going to cross the street, despite the fact the policemen on horses were telling her not to. And
don't do it.
yeah, so you can't argue with a drunk girl who has to pee.
Like, I gotta pay.
So we helped her over the barricade, and she ran across the street. And then so she turns around, and so of course her boyfriend, Joe, my buddy, has to go. So he hops the barricade and runs across. Now people are starting to look. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, crap. And so they turn around. Joe turns around and looks at me, and he starts, if you chant anything at drunk people, they will all just join in. So he starts to chant, toe, knee, toe. And I'm like, okay, now I have to, like, do an impressive jump over this police barricade to get to the other side, because all of the Vegas drunk people, I must impress these people I've never met before. So I take several steps back, and I take a running leap, and I face plant right in the middle of everybody in the middle of the street while the police laugh at me. And yeah, but I jumped up and I did like the Olympic like stance, and, like pretending like I'd meant to do that, and everyone cheered anyway.
Gosh, man, that's a legendary move right there.
Vegas New Year's is awesome, man.
And you were drunk, right?
Yeah, I was quite intoxicated, I'll admit.
You know, I don't really remember a lot of my drunk stories. I remember just, you know, drinking.
Pretty sure statute of limitations is over for that one. I don't think I can get in trouble for that.
Well, that's probably true. Maybe, I don't know. God, that's a good one. I like that one. Damn, you know, I can't. Okay. Check this out. So there's this one time, I think I was like 20 years old. We went to Houston. It was me and Sick Boy, and we went and did a show for a contest, and he ended up placing like third or fourth place. And the winner of the contest got like top eight contenders, or top 8 or 6 winners, or whatever the top winners won. They got free tickets to go see Bone Thugs and Harmony, and got to hang out backstage. So we're like, all right, cool. So we placed, so we got to go see Bone Thugs and Harmony, and they're supposed to be able to get on stage. So we go up there, we finally find out where it's at, and we're walking outside of the House of Blues, and we're like, no, it's not the main entrance. And just outside in the back, along the street, we see a little door.
Okay.
So we're like, fuck it. So we went through the door, and there's all it is a room with an elevator, and a desk, and a guy at the desk. And we're like, hey, what's up? He's all, what's going on, guys? Y'all here for the show? And I was like, yeah, we want to contest. He goes, right through there, go to floor 6. I was like, okay. So we hit the button, and we go up. And right when we get to our destination, the door's open, and boom, 2 of the hottest chicks I've ever seen in my life. Right there. They look at us, they're like, what's up, guys? And I'm sitting there like, damn. So we passed in, we went through, and went into the stage, into the backstage area, and it's a big club kind of lounge area. And we walk in, we're checking it out. We're like, man, this place is fucking cool, man. It's a pretty cool place. And the bouncer comes up and tells us, he goes, hey, you guys can't be back here. You got shorts on. No shorts allowed in this place. Pants only. And Sick Boy is sitting there with shorts on. I'm the only guy with pants, and I'm like, really, man? Really?
Over shorts?
Over shorts. I was pissed.
That's where they draw the line. Shorts.
Yeah, no shorts for guys, only chicks. So we're like, whatever. So we finally finagle our way to get to the. So we go down this hallway. We call it the Hall of Hell, because on the walls is painted flames, and they go up high and they're red. The whole room is red with a red light, and so we call it the Hell Hall. And so we go to the Hell Hall. We open the door at the very end of the hall, and there's a staircase We go across there to the other door, and go open that door, and we're in the arena. We're in the House of Blues, and we're right there at the stage, and Bone Thugs and Harmony is performing, and it was awesome. Next thing I know, there's a guy in front of us, and he's smoking a joint, and we're like, all right, that's cool, whatever. We don't smoke. And the bouncer comes up to him, gets up to his face, and is like, hey, man, time to put the joint out. Put the fucking blunt out now. And the guy takes he goes, and just fucking decks him. Decks the cop right in his face. And the cop is like, what the fuck? He comes back, grabs him, and throws him against the wall. Just fucking throws him with the force the force of like 1,000 soldiers. It was amazing. Threw him up against the floor. Next thing you know, 3 more bodyguards come up, and they're just holding him up there. And it was the craziest shit in the world. And me and Sick are just like, damn, what a dumbass.
I always have adventures whenever I hang out with Sick Boy.
So do I.
Something's just gonna happen. You can just try to like go get a hamburger and something's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like we'll go to like Austin for 6th Street just for whatever. Turns out we end up getting backstage at South by Southwest. I mean, it's crazy shit what happens when you're with your friends, you know. But I mean, it all goes to the point of what me and Ben were talking about earlier. Is you gotta, when it comes to life, you gotta enjoy life to the fullest, no matter what. Don't live each day like you're hoping it's your last and you're hoping it's gonna be sad or miserable. Like, live it to your fullest. Be happy, be joyous, and be free. And not let the troubles of your day or of your past try to overcome you and try to show you how to go down that dark, negative road. And instead, look towards the future. Be happy and be graceful. And be thankful that you're alive one more day. And try to live it to your absolute fullest, man. Because I'll tell you what, if you don't try to live life to the fullest, life's going to pass you by. And you'll never have a chance to catch up. And that's the truth of it all. We got about 3 more minutes, Tony. What do you want to talk about?
Be excellent unto each other.
Yeah, be excellent. Shit. Well, I'm going to go ahead and end this show. Thank you, everybody, for watching our show. Give us the like, and if we're not friends on Facebook, add us on Facebook. You can add me at Chris Adder, and you'll see my profile say I am Boy Scout. And make sure you add Tony, a.k.a.
DJ Gonzo. It's facebook.com/KSYMPunk. If you want to check out my radio show, you can stream it because you don't have to be here in San Antonio to hear it.
Yeah, well, tell us how to add you on Facebook.
Facebook.com/KSYMPunk.
Oh, shit, we got another guy.
Surprise.
We got a surprise. We got
Dan's
Big
trying to
Dan
get
in the
that.
house. What up, Dan?
We only got like 2 minutes left, so you missed crazy story
Yeah,
time.
we got 2 minutes left. You got any crazy stories, Dan? I know you got some crazy stories.
Can I peek my head on the camera and say
Yeah,
hello?
pick your hand and say hi. Everybody say hi to Dan. Hi, Dan. But you got anything else you want to talk about, Ben?
Right now,
Yeah.
where did you guys leave off?
We're about to close it up unless you want to keep going.
Nah, you guys can close it up.
You sure? It'll be fun. But
I was just seeing because like your face is like right here at the bottom of the frame. You got that mini
Yeah, 'cause
chair.
I got
I
the
can see
tiny
it
chair.
right
I'm like
Oh, God.
I'm like a henchman or a sidekick.
Yeah, that's
what's up, Nikki? All right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take this moment to answer some questions from anybody that's got questions, and I mean any question ever. Ben, I know there was a question earlier about what your favorite color was. Mine is green.
My favorite color is purple.
Purple? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Tony, what's your favorite color?
Shout out to Purple Michael.
Shout out to
Black.
Purple Michael. Black?
Yeah.
Like heavy metal? Oh, Dan likes black too.
But it's 'cause I'm black.
Yeah, DeAndre likes black, but that's because he's black.
Black is all colors in one.
That's true.
It's the combination of exactly.
Yeah, I love the color black. It's a good
You know what
color.
I want to discuss?
What you want to discuss?
Have you ever found a Coke machine scam that works?
Have I ever found a Coke machine scam that
I used to
worked?
hear rumors when I was a kid that if you push the buttons in a certain way, you would get a free Coke.
No,
Did
that's
you ever
that's
hear
fake.
that?
Something like that for old payphones. I know that. but I
There was
don't know
there was ones for payphones. There was like
for gasoline. I heard. You could
yeah,
Yeah,
that you
I've
could
heard of
push
that
the
one,
buttons
too.
in just the right way that it would. Are you trying to get in?
I think they call that one a credit card skimming,
No, not actual fraud.
not actual fraud.
Just Just small things.
Purple
I'm
Nikki,
not the
come over
only one
here.
that ever heard of these things.
You know, the one that I did hear about working one was a string on a quarter.
I've been hearing that for a while.
And I've always wanted to try it. I have a cook machine at work. I'm gonna try it someday.
And put it underneath the bottom.
Come to Heather's
When
house.
people get their change and just collect the change.
Just
I
message,
thought you were gonna
message
say
Heather
put
for the
tape on a
address.
dollar.
Washer sized a quarter, or a quarter sized washer and tie it to dental floss, because that's actually light and thin enough to actually pull the fucker.
Yo, oh,
The phone one
would
that
you-
I heard was you record the tones, and you could play those tones into the phone and the old school payphones, because when you drop the quarter in, it would make a little noise. And the phone would know how much change you just dropped in. So if you recorded the noises, you could play the noise into the phone, and it would think you put change into it. But nobody uses payphones anymore, so
1990s hackers movie.
Yeah.
It was the movie Hackers.
yeah, yeah.
Son of a bitch.
But they got that.
No, that's what was.
They actually got that from yeah.
Hey guys, you know, I have another one. Did anybody actually know that Tony went missing at one point?
Oh,
did go missing.
I was there. We were at the camp out and he disappeared.
Yeah, I was actually on the search party for that. We ended up being near the water, yelling out "Tony," and didn't hear shit. And we ended up with the cops for like 2 hours, and they sent a helicopter in the air, and and they said they saw a cabin with lights on that kept going on and off, doing the SOS symbol or signal.
I used the entire cabin as a way to signal the helicopter. Yeah, that day was my first day ever in a kayak. It was also my first time ever in a helicopter.
Damn, in a helicopter too?
Yeah.
We're gonna jam and make a recording. Our next music. We got some guys that are pretty talented all around us and stuff. And this is
Maybe for another podcast we can record a song.
Next podcast, we're gonna record music.
discussing is making something happen.
Yeah, we should
I'm
definitely
down.
do. We should,
Always
we're
down for
we're gonna do
music.
podcasts every game night.
Samples on my phone all day too.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Before we leave, I am gonna end us off on a song.
Music would be
Let's see.
definitely be good. What are you gonna play though?
You know what I'm gonna play? We're gonna play. We talked about this song
Master of
earlier.
Puppets.
No, we talked about this song earlier today.
Did you just say Master of Puppets?
Earlier in the podcast, talked about this one. So this is what we're doing. We're ending it with this one.
Yes.
Two things. They were just here,
Yeah, they were.
and they've got a new album.
I went to River City Rock Fest and I missed them by 5 minutes. I was pissed. But I did get to see Clutch while they were performing. And that was fucking awesome. When I got there, they were playing Electric Worry, and I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Last time I saw Suicidal was at Fun Fest over in Austin.
So does has anybody seen the new Venom movie yet? Besides me and Tony?
Tonight.
No? Damn. Nobody watch movies? You don't watch movies? Damn. Why don't you talk about it? Because I don't want to. They just keep bugging me.
It builds up inside.
Yeah. So me and Ben are gonna go ahead and end this show. We wanted to
All
say
right,
that
I'm
we
gonna
love
let Ben
you.
come back in.
Thanks for coming out and playing with us, Dr. Gonzo.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm a doctor now.
Dr. Gonzo. DJ Gonzo in his hoe. All right, Ben.
All right, so we're back on.
Before we leave, before we end this show, what else do you want to talk about?
Man, so I kind of actually stepped outside for a while, so I wasn't really a part of this conversation. I'm pretty sure you guys talked, from all sides of the intellectual spectrum of topics.
Yeah, we did.
So-
We talked about sports, and then we talked about music, and then the craziest stories we had. Do you got any crazy stories, Ben? I know you got to have some good stories.
Oh, bro, crazy stories off the top of my head.
Yeah, off the top of your head, what is the craziest story you got?
Let me see.
Tony told, DJ Gonzo told us about the one where his ex-girlfriend fucked Wolverine at Comic-Con in San Diego.
No way.
And no, it wasn't Hugh Jackman, sadly.
Okay, that would have been epic.
But what's fucked up is that Wolverine said that he actually hooked up with the poison ivy and it wasn't that good. Damn.
Wait, you say Wolverine hooked up with Poison Ivy?
Yeah,
You said
his
it wasn't that
girlfriend went to San Diego Comic Con dressed as Poison Ivy. And the guy who's just like Wolverine said he hooked up with her, and it wasn't that good. Damn.
Dang.
Even Russell's laughing about it. I'm dying over here.
Well, let's say like if Poison Ivy's out, who would be in? Like, what do you think? What would you speculate?
What do you mean? Like who would Wolverine hook up with next?
Yeah, what would actually be good for Wolverine? What do you think he would? Obviously, Poison Ivy's out of the
So what you're saying is if Wolverine could hook up with any chick in the Marvel universe, who would it be?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd have to say Black Widow.
Black Widow,
Scarlett Johansson. She's so hot.
Now, but what if it's like kind of like a B actor?
Oh, a B actor. Damn.
Well, kind of like this Poison Ivy girl. She wasn't, actually Poison Ivy. She was just some chick in a costume.
Oh. Well, then it'd have to be a chick dressed as probably Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Yeah, because
Cool.
people do Catwoman all the time, and they're actually really. There's a lot of girls that do that, and they're actually really sexy dressed as Catwoman.
So you got like a wolf and a cat together.
Wolf
coming
tearing up
together.
some pussy.
I think that makes sense.
Right? It does.
Cats and dogs get along pretty well. I mean,
They
cats and
do.
wolves.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
cats
it's
and
cats and
wolves.
wolves. Well, how about like do you have a cougar?
Oh,
You should have a cougar.
to be Cheetah.
Cheetah would be the closest thing, right?
Yeah, I mean Cheetah's in the DC universe.
Dang.
All right, Ben. So back to it. The topic. What is one of your craziest stories you got?
One of my craziest stories. Let's see. There was actually, so when I was a kid, I was kind of like I was really into just making all sorts of like fireworks. Like I actually would make black powder, like gunpowder, like black powder.
Wow.
And back in the time, whenever you could buy pretty much anything off of eBay,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure if you can still buy it, but they had like potassium nitrate, which is like one of the ingredients for black powder. And you need potassium nitrate, you need charcoal, and you need sulfur. And I would look online, and this is back when the internet's like, still like just coming up. So I'm looking up like all these recipes for like how to make the right black powder. I think it was like, 85% potassium nitrate, I think 10% charcoal, and like 5% sulfur or something like that. So I'm making that. And I started making like fuses for like firecrackers.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I started making my own explosives. I mean, and again, I'm like, at this time, I'm probably like 11, 12 years old or something like that. And, yeah, so I'm kind of glad that they have probably more regulations on that, like nowadays. But that's what I like to do. And another thing I also learned how to do was you can make chlorine. And again, I didn't use this to harm anyone. I was really interested in it. It's kind of like I was like that kind of like chemist, that want to be in the lab and like just make shit and blow shit up.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, what I wanted to go into was like pyrotechnics.
Pyrotechnics.
I think that'd be like a cool like the guys who like blow up shit like in movies, blow up cars, blow up buildings, blow up things. That's what I wanted to do. So like when I was a kid, that's what I was doing. And another bomb, and this is where the story comes to, that we made was out of chlorine. And those big chlorine tablets that they have for like pools that you just like toss in. It's like this big, thick, like 3-inch tablet.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would crush that down because it had the highest percentage of chlorine in it, and I'll put it into a bottle. And then if you mix chlorine and alcohol together, then it instantly starts making like a gas, and it's chlorine gas. You don't want to breathe that in, but
No, you don't, because it's poisonous.
it's horrible. And the first time I tried it with like the little baggies of chlorine that they have for the pools.
Baggies of chlorine.
Yeah, the baggies of chlorine.
What
right?
was it? Was it a Nick sack, a dime sack, a
Dude, this thing was
Dove,
like
a
a few
quad?
ounces.
It was how much?
It was a few ounces. It was like this big.
Damn.
Yeah,
And we're not talking
huge.
weed, people.
Oh no way! When I tried doing it that, like the concentration of chlorine was like a lot less, so the tablets had a lot more chlorine in it. But the thing is that since it was more pure, when you put the alcohol on the chlorine tablet, it just started fuming up profusely, like instantly, and the clouds are all big and yellow.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're trying to do is kind of make like a dry ice bomb. You ever made a dry ice bomb before?
No.
Like how about like Mentos and
Oh,
Diet
Mentos
Coke?
and Diet Coke?
You know how that
Yeah, I've done
happens,
that.
So kind of same concept, but with like dry ice and water. If you put dry ice,
Oh, dry ice.
yeah, you
They
put
said dry
ice.
ass or some shit.
If you have chap ass, then
Chap ass.
you probably need something else. But
Fucking shit.
oh god, some kind of cream or some kind of ointment for that. You know what I'm saying? We got that chap ass.
Shit, chap ass.
Oh god.
I love how you say chap ass.
It looks like we got a couple people on the way. Who was that?
We got Nikki and Purple on the way. That's what's up.
Oh, we got Purple coming out too.
I believe so.
Oh.
But
it's
you
about
know
to
what,
get
Ben?
lit.
Though we need to go ahead and cut this out.
We do.
I need to smoke, people. I need a cigarette.
Yeah.
It's getting late. But Ben just told us a crazy story how he made a bomb.
So yeah. Oh, well, in the conclusion of the story.
Yeah.
So we made we made this chlorine bomb. It was me and my older brother, and we really didn't know what we were doing at the time. So again, we put the chlorine in the ball, we crush it out, put it in the ball, and then we fill it with alcohol. And I was like, I convinced my brother to be the one to, throw the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like, okay, you just hold on to the ball. I'm gonna pour in the alcohol, and I'm gonna cap it, and you just toss it. So he's like, okay, cool. So I did that. As soon as I started pouring the alcohol, I started just the fumes. Like it was yellow. It was horrible. And you know how chlorine smells like in the pool?
Oh yeah, it smells.
Yeah.
It's like really strong, like some kind of. It's like some kind of
Oh, yeah.
chemicals, but it is a chemical.
But think about that, but like 100 times because you're breathing in pure chlorine
Oh
gas.
gosh,
Oh yeah, it was
I'm
horrible.
surprised you didn't die.
Hey, I'm surprised too. And so as soon as we pour it in, I see these fumes, these yellow fumes coming out. I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is going a lot quicker than I thought it was. So I close off the cap and like I just turn around, and I take like 2 or 3 steps back, and my brother like he has the ball like right here, and he's like probably maybe like this far away from like his face, and the ball just instantly explodes. Like he didn't even have time to like actually toss it like 3,
No
4, 10
shit.
feet out. Yeah, like it popped like right here. Like the ball is like right here, and his hand is like right here. Like it was just coming out of his hand, and it just blew up like in his hand, and his hand was all red and shit for a while. Luckily, it didn't like. I guess none of that plastic actually tore up like his skin.
Oh,
okay. But his hand was just like inflamed in a sense.
Yeah, it was just red and kind of swollen.
But I think partially of it was too because like he's got chlorine all over his hand. Like,
Yeah,
that's gotta
pure
be-
chlorine and water. Like,
Yeah.
ow.
like like your eyes when you open up your eyes in the water and it's got chlorine in the water, how much that burns.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that just on your skin, pure on the skin. So that was one of my stories when I was
Damn,
pretty
that's
bad.
nuts, Ben.
But like, hey, I really did appreciate like this podcast today. I think,
Yeah,
I
this
think
is
it
a
was
lot
really
of fun.
successful for the first podcast that we had. Again, thank you everyone who got on.
And Russell, I hope you get home safe. I know you're coming from bumfuck nowhere, Texas, or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
brother,
but
get home safe. Want to see you here in
yeah,
here pretty soon.
drive safe, and I want to see you around, man.
We got a few comments on this. We got 118 comments.
Yeah,
so
we got a lot.
we did really good. So we'll be logging on here pretty soon, either the next fight or just like next main event, and we'll have a lot of time to spend with you guys. So
Yeah, we might end up just doing this maybe every Saturday or something.
That'd
Who
be pretty
knows?
fun.
It'd be
Let's do
really
it.
cool to see what happens. But I want you guys all to know that I love you, and I want to thank you all for watching our show, and thank you for participating and see what's going on and answer some of our questions we had and letting us answer some of the questions y'all had, and just really just enjoying it with us because I had a good time. I know Ben had a good time. You had a good time, Ben?
time.
Yeah.
I love you
know.
guys.
I'm glad we had a guest on our show. That was pretty cool. But I want to say good night, guys. Love you all. May God be with y'all, and God bless America, and don't forget
Peace.
football tomorrow, and fuck Cowboys.
Later,
night.
guys. You guys take care.
Peace. Hook 'em horns. Go to, yeah. End live video.
There we go. Stop stream.